Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a good look at the Avengers Endgame final battle. Now this is not the new one, this is the older one. The new one has literally just come out. That's why I want to do this one as well, because I do like the minifigures that are included in the new one, but I also really like the minifigures that are included in this one as well. So we're going to have a good look at all of the minifigures towards the end of the video. But what we'll do as normal is we'll get this thing open, take a good look at the instruction booklet, have a look at all the bags and everything like that. So let's first thing first is get this open. This is brand new to me, so we've got all of these on here. Like I said, I have had this a very good amount of time, and I'm a bit of ashamed to say I haven't had time to actually build it until now. Some amazing effects. I do believe they're going to be for one of the minifigures. Right, so what do we have? We've got 1, 3, 1, 4. That doesn't seem very promising. There is a big instruction booklet, big sticker sheet. Ah, there's the rest of them. So that is the rest of the bags. That is a big Thanos torso. That thing is massive. That's the first one I've seen of a chunky version of that. But first thing first, as normal, he says, as he throws it about, what we'll do is we'll take a good look at the box artwork. Right, okay, so this is from the Marvel Studios Infinity Saga. Obviously, it is Lego set number 76192, and it is an 8+ set. Now, like I said, I have had for a long time over the lives that we used to trying to develop an Endgame final battle, and now the fact that the new one of these have come out as well is almost perfect timing, linking it into me moving some bits and pieces around in the actual Lego room, because it now means that we can actually make a full-blown Endgame battle using all the minifigures from both sets. And obviously that is what all those pink translucent pieces are from, so that looks absolutely fantastic. And it does look like we've got some different variations of Black Panther and again Iron Man as well. So on the side, if this was on the side of the shelf, that is what it would look like. It is a retired product now, so you're going to have to do your best if you want to get this, to try and hunt this down whatever you can do. It does look like it's got some nice bits and pieces on the back, and obviously it's got a load of moving elements of everything as well. What I do like about these is obviously all the brick artwork around the outside. I think it does look very, very effective. Now, it does have the van on the new one that is actually crushed, so they have kept the van in there, and there are some Easter eggs from one to another. So as and when I do pick that one up, we will do a full comparison over both, but you can see all of these on there. So we've got Marvel and Rocket as well, obviously from the big bit of the scene before it all went completely wrong, and then we've got all of these other little bits and pieces, so it's just a complete mix of everything, and then they've got their own prison added in as well. If you have got this set, obviously please do let us know in the comments below, but I think that is all of the box covered. Now moving on to the next thing, which is this instruction booklet just here. It looks like it's a chunky one, and it has got a rather large, hopefully just single sticker sheet in. So we have got all those bits and pieces down at the bottom. So there are 15 different stickers, but there's 2 of those, 2 14s, 1 big 13. We've got 2 12s. It looks like we've got 1 11, 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. Then there's 4. That is number, where are we? There we go. Number 5, number 6, and then coming through and round, that's number 7. There for 8, that for 9, that for 10. So it's looking smart, it's looking good. So we'll get this ripped open and then we'll take a look at the inside. Right, we've ripped it open, sticker sheet we've checked. Now this is the instruction booklet. Now what are they going to show us in this? Are we going to have any information on page number 1, or is it going to go straight into the build? Just go straight into the build, but the bag numbers are as follows. So looks like you've got a lot of minifigures in bag number 1. Bag number 2, you get a bit of the base. Bag 3, you get the second tier. Bag number 4, it is the van. That is as simple as that. And then moving on to the back, there's your spare pieces. Do we have any other sets that are out with this at the same time? Yes, we do. We have some of the older mechs. So what we have got here, we've got the Spider-Man set, which is set number 76171. That's a cool looking thing. I don't even think I even saw the Thor set when that was out, but that is number 76169. That's a cool looking thing with a half decent looking minifigure in that one as well. And then we have a rather chunky and beefy looking cap as well. So there's your 3 of those, And then onto this side, it carries on. We've got this cool thing here, this big silver one, which is set number 76190. Above that, it's 76186, so that is a nice looking set. Over to this side, if you've got any of these, let us know in the comments below. You've got the big orange one just here from the Guardian ship, and then coming down, it's re-advertising the same thing. So obviously they will just advertise all of the same bits and pieces. With regards to the size of this, it's 122 pages until it's on the very, very last bit. But it looks like the car finishes on step 40, page 121. So moving on to the bags, then there's just one of each. You've got 1, 2, there's your 4 just there, and that's number 1, and that is number 3, and it also has him ready to be put together as well. And just like that, it is done. Now there's lots to go through on this. The minifigures are amazing. You can see the back end of that vehicle as well. It's very, very smart. Now each minifigure has huge amount of accessories to go with it. You can see Wanda with all of her bits and pieces. You got the big Thanos and everything like that, but we have a lot to get through. So start off with the main building itself. It's actually in 3 pieces, and it is very, very impressive as well. So as we go all the way over to the left hand side just here, you have got this bit just there, which is actually the weapon, but it does pull out. It's only on Technic pins, but if you were to drag it by that, it is actually very, very sturdy. So on the front, it doesn't look like there's too much going on, but there is actually surprisingly a lot of hidden detail, because how you make up these windows, they are all curved. So you can see on the roof, it's all curved with the glass. You've got the little different bits and pieces at the top, so you're going to be able to get yourself some minifigures and everything up on there. And then this Avengers symbol on the side looks nice and smart as well, and I think that might move ever so slightly, so you can do some little bits and pieces with that. And you've got some really nice rockery effects just at the bottom just here, with regards to actually some nice detail. Now carrying on with the detail all the way to the front, you've then got some stickers and everything up at the front end just there by the door. Then obviously the door itself will open up. Now as we spin around and come back, this is where you can then get into the main thing and do whatever it is that you need to do. Now you have got this sort of prison cell. This just opens up, and then you can shove whoever it is that you want to just on the inside just there. Now what I do like is the bits that we spotted at the very, very start, which are these 2 translucent pieces just down here. And you can see that you've got Rocket and Miss Marvel, but beside that, you've then got this really nice Avengers table. Now the A is not a sticker, it is actually a print, which makes things a lot easier. So that's always nice. Now coming lower, you then have the computer. Now obviously that is supposed to be the glove for Iron Man, I do believe, on the inside of that. I can't remember what bit he did on there. I would imagine it's where he was repairing some bits and pieces before the actual main Endgame battle. That, or it's supposed to represent some other little bits and pieces. It might have been the glove that actually the Hulk put on, thinking about it, because it's a bigger glove, so more than likely that's what that's to do with. And you can see that they were in the process of doing some little bits and pieces. Now you have got possibly a little bit of an Easter egg there to Black Widow as well, Natasha, so that would be in her weapons maybe that she never got back to. So there's always some little bits and pieces going on, because I can't think of anybody else that would actually be having that sort of weaponry there, because nobody else on the team holds that kind of thing, I do believe. Now, talking of team, we will go on to the minifigures, then we'll have a good look at the vehicle. So the first one I'm going to grab is just Tony Stark. He just happened to be the closest one to me, so we'll start off with him. Now the translucent pieces on this look brilliant. There's loads and loads of these effects on here. I'm amazed actually by how good a detail all of these minifigures are as well. Now he has got 2 of these little blast effects. If you want to put them in his hands, they should be easy enough to put in, he says, as he's trying to do it backwards. There we go. So that's what that looks like. Now the other cool thing about these is what I didn't realise is they actually do have quite a few other little bits and pieces going on with it as well. So next thing we have a look at is his actual shield. Now his shield here is 2 stickers to put together, so you can see what that looks like. So if I get these off, and then we'll put his shield on like so. You can then start to dress him up however it is that you want to do. So you can see just on there, just the detail that is in that. Now all the stickers on the sheet were actually clear, and then it gives it the colour from the actual bit. So that bit obviously being red up on there, that is what that is all to do with, because it is a red element. But you can see hopefully it coming through nicely enough on that bit. Now his actual torso print as well, that does look very, very smart, because you've got all this nice detail on the back. Now talking of the back, he has a secondary face. Now the secondary face is obviously meant for his mask, so if I put his helmet on the wrong way, not only does this one go up, it actually pops open as well. So I know there's been one or two of them since then, but this might have been the first one that had this flap on the front. So correct me if I'm wrong, that might have been the case, but that is what he looks like if you spin him round. That's what he looks like with the shield and everything. So you can get some nice little photos on that. I think that's a really smart looking minifigure, and again, you've got those two elements that go with him, and then you've got Tony's hairpiece as well, and that is what that looks like, which I think does look very, very smart. I think there's a lot going on with that. Now, moving on to another minifigure that's quite a lot going on. If we put that one just to the back, to Cap. Now, Cap has the hammer and the shield, and he's got a really, really nice torso print on this as well. So again, just like Iron Man, or Tony, shall we say, he does have a lot going on for him. So he's obviously, if you've not seen the film, a few spoilers going on in here, so I won't give away too much, but you should have done by now. You've got really, really nice torso print on the front. The only thing is with some of these is that, bearing in mind it is supposed to be an endgame battle, the shield is absolutely perfect and nobody's got any battle damage at all. So I think it's almost pre-endgame battle rather than it's supposed to be that. But you can see you've got some nice shiny detail just on the back, just in there. So you've got all the brown straps mixing into that sort of like silver clip, and then you've got the brown bit that goes on the belt. Now again, he has a dual face. Now that looks a little bit bizarre. What that is actually a strap, and that is for this just here. So you can see you've got the really nice detail all on the side. Obviously it is the wrong way, but that is what that looks like from the back. That's the side, and then that looks like it from the front. So if we spin it round and put it on correctly, you'll be able to see just that little bit better if we get him stood doing whatever it is you want to do. So we've got his eyeballs coming through. That is him looking in all of his glory. Let's turn his head ever so slightly so you can, if you want to try and get some nice photos, you possibly can do just by doing little bits and pieces. So I think it looks smart enough. I think it looks really, really nice and effective with regards to absolutely everything that's going on with that. Now, there's a lot of detail with regards to all of these figures. And now the next one to come in is obviously this one just here. Loads and loads of colour on this. And hopefully, it's really hard to see through my camera if the colour's coming through in that properly. I can never tell until I watch it back. But there is a huge amount of purple and silver within that. So if I tip it up on there, I know that I can kind of see that coming through, so I'm sure it'll be coming through okay. I will get used to this new setup, but you can see, hopefully, all on the face and everything like that. He has a huge amount of silver and the purple all on the front. You've got the little bit of pieces at the top, same piece and element that they put sort of the horns for Daredevil. Black trousers, no print on the arms. Going across the back, you've then got some really, really nice print on the back just here. So you've got lots of silver, again more purple, more silver going up into the back of the head, and again more purple as well. So those three minifigures, I think, bearing in mind I am just picking these up at random, I think they all look very, very smart and very, very good. Now moving on to the next one, she is absolutely fantastic. Now Wonder had a huge amount of effects as well, so you saw what they were like in the bag. You can pick and choose and mix and match whatever it is that you want to do with this. Now her blast stand is absolutely massive, and you can obviously, if you want to, maybe having her coming off the floor and dangling off the ceiling or doing anything like that. Now if we take it off, she is holding on to two different bits here on her hand. So you can see just on her hand that is, you've got the two silver bits that connect into the pink, and then you've got the really nice translucent pieces on both sides, and you have got different sizes and different bits and pieces that we saw in the bag at the very, very start. And what I'll do is I'll grab them towards the end of the video when we have a look at the van as well. Now again, if you wanted to, you have got Evil Wonder, where she's got her red eyes on the back. So I'm not too sure if that's the possessed version, or if that is just when she got angry and then started to beat everybody up in the film. Torso print on the back looks nice and smart. You can see you've got all of the little bits and pieces going on. And then on the front, you have a nice corset. And then you've got the nice silver on the front with her necklace as well. I'm just too lazy to take those off, but you can see they're all shining coming through. You've got some nice little bits and pieces with the necklace and everything, so there's a good amount of detail in this Wonder figure. Now, who should we grab next? We have got the last of sort of the main team, which will be Thor himself. So we'll get her stood back up on her plinth. We'll get you back in on here. Now, I haven't put his cape on for two reasons. One, I'm just far too lazy. And 2, it's so we can see his back bit a lot better with the print, but really it's just number 1. So you can see on the back you've got the nice little bit and pieces going on. If I move the hair out of the way, so there's some nice sort of effects going on. Now you have got his thunder eyes on this one, and then you've got the beard that comes all the way through, and again on the front you've just got his normal beard face with a happy smiley face, and then you have got his new weapon. Now I am pretty sure that this is the version in the second to last film, not in the Endgame, because obviously it is part of the Infinity Saga, so I don't think this is the correct minifigure for this scene, but he is a good looking minifigure, because obviously he should be the much larger version, but I think this is when he lands in Wakanda for the first time and then starts fighting everybody that way. So that is the film before the Endgame, because obviously he should be, all hair should be plaited, his beard should be plaited, and he should be about 6 or 7 times as big around the belly. So they haven't done that on this one, but let's see all of those together. I think they do look very, very smart. Let us know in the comments below what you think is your favourite minifigure so far, because I think they do look all very, very good. And don't forget, like with Cap as well, we've got all of his bits and pieces. So there's all of these different bits that I'm throwing in now. These are all from the minifigures that we've had a look at and seen. Now, not to forget the smallest 2. This is going to be very, very awkward and interesting. This takes us into the van. So we will get to the van in a second. But you have got 2 of the same, because you are more than likely going to lose them, of AntMan. So you don't get him in big minifigure form. You have him as the teeny tiny version, but it has got all the red print, all the silver, everything going on that. So I will stick them before I forget and lose them. I will place them on the top of the building, because you know that they're going to get knocked and lost. Right, this chap, he's in loads of sets, and I've got a bad feeling he's going to be coming in the new Avengers Tower, and we're going to get loads and loads of duplicates of this, which is going to be such a shame. And the Daily Bugle gave us so many nice looking minifigures, but it is what it is. We all like to complain. Lots and lots of nice detail on this. You can see the eyes is super, super green, then you've got all the blue and all the silver and everything on the front of this, and then on the back, that's where it really pops on the back of his head. So you've got the really nice gold, and then you've got the gold going down the centre of the spine, and then you've got the little bits and pieces on the lower back as well, which again I think looks very, very good. Now, moving on to Marmite, I do believe. This guy just here, absolute unit of a Thanos. I know some people really like this variation, some people despise it, some people just want him to be minifigure form, but maybe just a little bit bigger. This one is when they went super, super chunky like they did with the Hulk, and then it's alright. I think it looks okay, but I can see why people prefer the minifigure version, because it kind of, well, it's supposed to stand out. And his weapon, now this thing is huge. You've got this big blade that goes into the one hand as so, or what you can do is you can pull it off on both sides. You get given another spare one of these pins, which is that bit just in there. That bit then goes into his hand, and then you add the blade onto it that way, so he can run around with 2 separate blades instead. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally keep that to the side, because again, I'm far too lazy to put it into his hand, and it will end up falling over. Now, moving on to a build that I was quite surprised by, just by the scale of it. So obviously a lot of the bricks and all the different bits and pieces got put into this. Now this thing by itself would realistically be, say, between 18 and 22 quid, you would imagine. So that is what the going rate is for the Lego City cars, obviously coming with some minifigures as well. It's detailed enough because you've got all of the headlights at the front, so you can see that just there. It looks very, very smart, and it is minifigure scale, so you can get a minifigure in there and you can drive it. You've got the XCon sticker written on the side, on both sides. Some of my stickers actually, you can see up at the top. I know I've never put them on straight, but I don't care about that too much. But some of the actual stick has come away from the stickers. It's sort of stuck to the sticker sheet, and where this stick is completely clear, you can see it a lot more through it. But that is just one of those things, isn't it? Now on to the back. There's a lot more going on with this. You've got 2 more stickers on the back end, so that one at the top, that one up there. But obviously what this is for this bit at the end, because this, again, taken from a slightly different film. This is coming from when he comes out the back end of it, and then it then leads in to the actual final battle for Endgame. So there's all sorts of different bits and pieces going on with this. I really do like the look of this thing. I think it's a smart looking thing. There's no reg on the front. All the stickers have been used, so you can see that there's no stickers left. I've not cheated or missed anything. That is the sticker sheet done and dusted. But I think it does look very, very smart. So again, in the comments below, let us know what you think, and if you have got the new one, what is the new one like? But that is it. I am done. In the comments below, let me know what your favourite minifigure is out of all of these. Obviously, it's a close battle between all of these, and I'm very, very interested, and I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to the new team that comes with the new Endgame final battle, because obviously they're all the different minifigures that aren't in this set, and there's some Easter eggs from this set into the other, and vice versa. So it should be really, really interesting to put all of those minifigures together and actually then try and create a full-blown Endgame battle. But guys, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Again, if you've got the new set, let us know what it's like. If you want to try and backtrack this one, hopefully it's not going to be too difficult to do, because at the moment it is still available on certain websites, but it has only just recently been retired on the Lego site. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da.